What's up everyone, this is Sam from 64 Wheels, back more diecast, and today is Throwback Thursday, and we're going to celebrate diecast style. We're going to be unboxing 10 retro matchboxes today. So just like a lot of my regular collection, my retro collection focuses a lot on utilitarian vehicles. I really like vehicles that have a purpose, that you can like have a fleet of them and it makes sense in your toy or your diorama town. Like a fire truck, police vehicles, construction, or a delivery like this alley truck, or especially this cool mail truck. I'm so excited to open these. I've had these for a while. I've just been staring them down until I could make a video, so I'm really pumped to get these open today. So they're a mix from the early 90s, I believe, to possibly the late 90s. I believe the earliest one is like 92, 93, and then it goes up like some of these older ones I think might even be 99. So we'll kind of go through. I haven't done a ton of research on these. I just know about them from having them growing up or collecting them. So we're gonna go through, see if we can learn something new, take a look at the packaging and see what's going on. So listen, I'm just gonna pick one first. We'll do the cement truck. So this is a nice casting. Let's see if we can see when it actually came out. So it has a 1981 copyright date on the chassis. So that's usually when it first came out, like 1981, 1982. So even at this point, this is a 1999, it had been in the mainline for several years. So this is a great looking truck. This is one of the like undercover licensed trucks because it just says cement truck. It doesn't say that it's a Peterbilt, but it actually is a licensed Peterbilt truck, which I think is pretty cool because you kind of get like a little bit of license without them having to pay for it, even though it is licensed on the truck. I don't really know how that works. So this is number 26 of 100 vehicles. This is one of the roadwork ones. These are kind of like the Matchbox that I grew up collecting, especially in 1996 when the Viper GTS came out. It was like this kind of packaging. That was like when I really started collecting like the numbered cars to try to get a bunch of them. So one of the reasons this says hazard on the top where some of the other ones don't is because you can pop that like the cement mixer thing off if you wanted to. And this is like a moving part, and it's always cool to get a moving part in like a mainline because we don't really get that too often. So when you flip it back over, you can see here, Series 6, there's all 20 series, 5 cars each, which would make the 100 vehicles for the year. And you can see here that they used to offer a mail-in poster. So if you got, let's see, 5 proofs of purchase, so you had to cut 5 barcodes off any series along with your name and mailing address, mail it to a whopping $1.50, and you had to have it in before December 31st of 1999. So I'm sorry to break it to you guys, I don't think we're gonna make the cutoff. So we're a few years past this at this point, but let's go ahead and unbox this sucker. It's been in the package for almost 25 years, which is just wild. Especially when you think like a lot of collectors in the hobby aren't even that old yet. It's kind of mind-blowing, but it's cool too to see that these cars are still being appreciated by younger people as well. So this is a great looking casting. I think they did a good job with the paint. It's like a flat red, which I don't think we see too often. It's almost like a watermelon color, but it also has a faded like orange or dirt look at the bottom. It says built, it's got a little truck number, and there you can see the Peterbilt right there on the side. This is a good casting, but often, oh, look at that. There's a guy in it. Can you see that? Nice. I kind of forgot about that. I wonder if he's in all of the releases or not, if they took him out or put him in at certain releases, but that's cool to get a driver. I always think that adds extra realism to it. But one of these things about this casting, if you find it used or like in a bin somewhere, usually one of these like exhaust stacks or both will be broke off, and then one of the headlights right here will also be broke off. That's a problem just with like skinny plastic parts, especially as they get older and a little bit brittle. They get tossed in a bin, moved all around, so it's hard to find them in mint condition outside the package sometimes. But that's cool. Look at that. It says caution. It's got the, I think that's the truck number. Oh no, that just must be the license plate then. But this has got a decent amount of detail to it. Even the chassis has some detail, and you have both axles back there. So this actually rotates as a cement mixer, which is cool because it also has tampos on it, and I believe this lifts up. Yeah, so you can actually like mix it and pour it. Like, look at that. That is cool for $1. You used to be able to get this for $1. Like, isn't that awesome? Very nice. Licensed and double moving parts because it rolls here and then it tips back to. Very cool. There's not a ton of detail on it, like there's no headlight or tampo detail, but it's cool. The truck is worth it. I mean, I would pay $1 for this all day long. And it's got those great like dirt style tires and those like really good looking, almost like vector wheels on the General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard. I always thought they kind of looked like that. Or even slotted NASCAR wheels a little bit. But man, what a great casting for $1. Very cool. Okay, let's do this one. All right, the Mission Chopper. So this is from 1999. This was from 99 as well, right? I totally just forgot. Yeah, it is. So 2 from 1999. There you can see the same thing. It's the same, basically same back of the card. It's cool to see that some of these are still in use. I believe this Mission Chopper is still in use, and the Chevy Blazer has been in use since what? Like, man, the early 80s probably. So we've been using that casting for almost, what, 40 years now, which is wild. But this is an awesome casting. I really like this one because I think it looks aggressive. I believe it came out first in the, like one of their military lines, and it's been used in, what, back in 1997, they used it for the Lost World, Jurassic Park releases. They've used it a ton. And again, this was a mainline, and we get double moving parts. So the back of it here articulates and comes out for, like, I don't know what you call this. The tail rotor, I guess is what you would call it back here, but this, I guess, would just be the removal or a moving tail. I don't know if it's not tail fin. I don't really know what it's called. If you know what this is called in real life, because I don't know a lot of helicopter lingo, let me know in the comments. But this is cool. Like, it's a Mission. I think originally there were some like guns or missile pods on these, or that's what they're supposed to be. But here you can see it's a police and air search and rescue one. I think the white color looks great. And here we have double rotors. So you snap them in place to get a whole like working rotor. That is so cool. I mean, that is awesome. It's good looking too, white with the blue windows. Again, these are like, I feel like they have simple tampos on them, but it doesn't need, like, they don't need crazy tampos of today. Like, you don't need this kind of tampo style on every vehicle. And that's the good thing about Matchbox is they like know the limits of like what is real and what is not. And I think this looks great. I don't think it needs a ton more tampos, especially because like when it's up in the air, really all you see is the giant words of like police and air and search. So if they had something smaller back here, realistically, you wouldn't even see it. But I love the double moving parts. Just how realistic this is. When did this first come out? 1985. And the cool thing about it, I don't know if you see that, 1/80th scale. So I love that vintage Matchbox used to have the scale. I think that's so cool. I wish they would do that now just for everything because it's so handy and it gives you a little bit of perspective when you flip this over. You're like, oh, 180. So if this is 164, it would be like this big. You know, it kind of puts the whole scale in town and stuff into perspective. But what a great release. 2 really good releases, solid for $1. If you can still find these at like toy shows for $1 or something, hoard these things because they are just incredible for $1. So, all right, let's do a construction one. So this is the Bulldozer. I believe this is a little bit older as well. Look at that, 1979. Holy smokes. So this was a, let's see, 1993, 1994 release. So this is when they actually still had the Motor City stuff. And I had that as a kid, the Super Spin Car Wash. I love that set. This is the one I believe that Target released a few years ago, maybe like during the pandemic, like 2019, 2020, as a Target exclusive. It was very similar to this. I did an unboxing of it and I will link it down in the description because it's an awesome set. I really wish they would bring that back because it's so cool and a lot of people missed out on it. But this is like bringing back childhood memories here. This is very much supposed to look like the first gen Dodge Viper 92, 93, 94. And especially because it's cool because Matchbox was supposed to come out with the Viper TV show diecast, and there were some prototypes, and it's been on my like diecast bucket list to own one of those Viper TV show prototypes. 3 of them popped up on eBay recently, and they all went for $1,000 or over, which I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so expensive for one, so I didn't end up buying one. But I got some of these, so hey, you know, spending $12 compared to $1,000, it works either way. So let's go ahead and open this great looking Bulldozer. Again, this would look good with that new construction site, that Action Driver set. So this came out in, let's see here, what did I say, 1979. I don't know if it has a scale on it. I don't think it does. I don't know. I think that MB64 is the original Matchbox number when it was released in 79, but that's really cool. Bulldozer. So again, this, like, look how much detail you get for $1. Nice tampos on the front of that. This kind of moves a little bit, just kind of, so you can kind of put it up so it doesn't scrape the ground, and then you can put it down so that it does. These move, and what's cool is these are how old now? 25 years old, and they're not cracked. Like, that's amazing. It really is. Even if they weren't played with or out in the open, that is incredible that they haven't dried up yet. So shout out to Matchbox for that quality back in the day. It's got a little tow hook on it. You want to tow some other farm equipment. I believe the top comes off, right? Yeah, look at that. Like, what? 3, 4 moving parts. So you have a removable top, the little shovel, or what is this? Like the bulldozer. What is that called? I'm totally blanking on what is stuff called tonight. Just like the bucket or the plow. It's probably a plow, right? Even if it's on a bulldozer, I still think it's called a plow. But you have the moving plow and 2 moving treads. Like, that's an incredible amount of stuff for detail on a main line for $1. I mean, that's just so, so cool. So let me see if I can put this back on without breaking it here. Just snaps into place just like that. Very cool. I like the color combination of the red and the yellow too. Look at that. So much fun to play with. Man, it's really hard to beat these. Like, just those 3 lined up there look awesome. So, all right, let's do the mail truck. This is a really nice casting. This one looks like it might have a tire shoved up in there, but we should be able to shove the axle back. But this is the Postal Service delivery truck. In real life, this is a Grumman LLV, a lifelong vehicle. These things run forever. I know in our small Ohio town, we still have these. We have not moved on from them. They have a whole fleet of these. And what's crazy is if you've ever heard one of these deliver mail, you can be anywhere in a big city, a small town, and you can hear that like old, I think it's an Iron Duke 4-cylinder in these things. You can just hear them clacking from like, and you're like, the mail's coming. You just know it. And it's cool because if I could afford to buy like 100 of these in this scale, I would, because these are killer and it would just look so cool. And eventually, hopefully, Matchbox will release a post office playset. So this is from 1999, 2000. It is, look at that. 2000 Matchbox. So this is from 2000. So this is 24 years old. So you can notice a change here. It says drive down the web to matchbox.com. So I don't actually know if matchbox.com goes to anything. And look, you can get a free poster now instead of sending away. You can probably just download it and try to print it off. Learn how to make your own Matchbox USA town. Very cool. Street cleaner they still have today. I think they are still doing the GM bucket truck. Isuzu Rodeo. I don't know. Some of those, I don't think they still use this mail truck, as far as I know, because I think they have to have the license. They might use the casting, but it doesn't have the U.S. Postal Service stuff on it. So I'm looking forward to opening this one. Again, 25 years old, and the glue is still solid on these. All right, let's take a look at this sucker. All right, let's see if we, so like you can see the tire is stuck up in there, so we should be able to just pull it out. Yeah, look at that. 25 years jammed up in there. We just solved it in 1 second. Look how cool this is. Like all the little rivets on the side of the door and the tampos. It blows me away, the quality of the tampos from back in the day. Look how clear that is. Even the little registered trademark mark, you can see as an R, like the little eagle. The lines are super crisp. Even back here, it's got the little number on it. It would be cool to see if that's an actual mail truck number, like that, if this is one that actually existed at some point. But it's got painted taillights. It's got the like simulated roll-up door. It's got the door opened over here. Look at the detail. This is so cool. The only other thing I would add is maybe some headlight detail. But other than that, this is a beautiful release. And I do like that they didn't paint the wheels at all either to give it like that black hub look, like almost like this was before Matchbox or Hot Wheels had a steel wheel. But if they release this now with like one of their steel wheels, oh, perfection. But look how cool this is. Man, it even has mirrors. Let's see, I don't know if we can see inside of it. It's definitely a right-hand drive. But I don't know if you can see if there's like mail on the inside or anything. It's kind of hard to see. But that is such a cool casting. It's definitely too big. Like if you look at it like compared to this cement truck, like it is huge. And in real life, I believe these were built on S10 chassis, so they're quite small. So even though it's not scaled right, does it say the scale on here? Oh, look, it does. Look at that. 1/68 scale. So it is a little bit large, than the like a little bit larger than the 1/64 scale we like to have, but it's still pretty cool. It definitely fits in with the city, and it's so much fun to play with. So cool. Okay. All right, let's do the little excavator. So I believe this is one we've opened before. What year is this from? This is from 1997. So this is one of 75. So they only had 75 vehicles in the main line that year. And there you can see the action system play sets. Like there's just a ton of good stuff on there. And I believe no, that's the pizza. Let's see. Because we opened up the hospital. It doesn't look like, is there a hospital here? I don't think so. So to me, the hospital looks very similar to the Luigi's Pizza. So I'm wondering if they replaced that in like 98 or 99 with the hospital. Because that set was pretty cool. I'll also link that down in the description below because that was a fun unboxing. But same thing here. It goes for, can you collect all 75 colored, gold colored? Oh, okay. Each limited to a special. So does that mean there was a chase basically? 75 challenge. Collect all 75 gold-colored Matchbox 75 challenge vehicles. Wow. So there was, I guess you could get this in gold, and it was like a collectible one, so a 1 of 10,000. I don't even remember that from back in the day. And there you can see in 1996, they have the website, but it's matchboxtoys.com. The other one was Matchbox. So within 3 years, they had already adjusted their website. So this has been in the package for, what, 27 years? Oh my gosh. It's crazy. And they've held up pretty well. Like overall, the paint quality, like I don't see the paint cracking. And they still, I mean, if you told me this was a brand new 2024 mainline, I would believe you. I think it's just a little plain for nowadays, but I think I mean, look how good this looks. The red and the white look so good together. It's got, again, double moving part, triple moving part actually. Because you can do this, it articulates 360, the actual boom arm goes up, and then the bucket itself goes like that. So that is such a cool release. It does have little wheels on the bottom, and this one originally came out in 1980. So this has been, man, even at that point, it was in the mainline for 17 years. So much fun to play with. These are so, on a play value, you cannot beat these for $1. I mean, these were such great value. And they are still today. If you can find them for a good price, again, pick these suckers up. So we'll try to, let's do the 3 fire ones, and then we'll leave the other 2 to last. Okay, so we have the auxiliary power truck, and then it advertises moving parts. This is also a 1993. I believe all of these are, right? So these say 1993 on the back, and these are, let's see, the snorkel and the auxiliary power truck. But this one that actually matches, even, there might be a number 3 that I'm missing. The fire truck, this is from 1994. So it actually has different card art on the back than the other 2, as you can see here. It does have the car wash, but it's branded a little bit differently. And then it has the car crusher. Very cool, because I did the Hot Wheels car crusher, but I don't know if I knew Matchbox had one. Real car crushing sounds. Well, I got to get it now. Absolutely, I got to get that. So that'll be coming up as soon as I can find it on eBay, a good one. Yeah, I want to get that. Cool. Okay, so let's go open the 1993s first. Auxiliary power truck. Or actually, let's do the one with the 1 on it. So this is number 63. Let's see here. These are very, very like European style paint schemes. So I don't even know if we have this style fire truck in the United States. Is it supposed to be, I don't know, snorkel? It is 1981. Yeah, this is a very British or at least European looking fire truck to me. It's cool because it's open top. Like, look at that. It's like a convertible fire truck, which is pretty rad. Is that the engine? It almost looks like the engine. Yeah. right-hand drive, so it is British or at least European of some sort. So this has moving parts as well, so watch this. Look how high this goes. It's got the little guy in the bucket with the hose. That's so cool. Look at that. That is really, like, that extends a ton. That extends the whole length of an actual, let's see. Here's a working rigs. It's what? Almost a car longer than a working rigs. That is so cool. It just shows you how far it extends. And that's cool that and it rotates here. So there's what? Triple moving parts? Quadruple. So there's like 1, 2, 3, and then this too. That is awesome. Very cool. That's another hard part of trying to find these loose, is that these will break off, these will be worn out or broken or missing. So it's cool to have these like basically package mint, but loose. That's the best part, so you can actually enjoy them. And this has got a decent amount of detail too. It's got some hose hookups and other things. Tampons look good. Let's take a closer look. Pad printed, pretty standard. It's got a little bit of issue going with the cracks there, but that's an issue we suffer from today too. They're starting to look a little wrinkly on this one, but I think that was because it looks like they might have put too much ink on it, and then it kind of shriveled up as it dried. That's what it looks like to me. But still, for the age and the articulation and the movement and stuff, I think that's a great buy still. So very cool, like that one. Okay, the auxiliary power truck. So these are pretty heavy. I don't know if there's any metal on metal chassis or metal body, metal chassis cars, because I think these have all been plastic chassis so far. So this is a 1/84th scale. This first came out in 1991. It's got those great, I love those style off-road wheels. These wheels are more like the super fast wheels, I believe, from the 70s. I don't know if they still use those wheels. They used these up until the mid 2000s at least. I don't think we're still getting them. We might be getting a similar version, because I want to say the Nissan or the Datsun truck that was released recently had a very similar looking wheel, but I don't know if it was the exact same ones. But this is pretty cool. Does that say Mac? It is. So it's a double license. So even though, oh no, it does say Mac right there. I'm sorry, I couldn't see because of the glare. Mac auxiliary power truck. So this is a licensed casting. So you can see Mac right there on the grill. Looks great. It's got the twin sonic looking light bar on the top, which is what I have on one of my Plymouth police cars. Very nice square bar from the 80s. Or even mid 70s, because they used them on chips in the California Highway Patrol in the late 70s, probably like 74 and up. They have them. They had them for a while. So let's see. Let's check these out. So do these rotate all the way? I don't think they do. Maybe they do. Oh, they do. They actually rotate. So these are so it says floodlight heavy rescue. So you can kind of move these up. Am I doing this right? I don't want to break it. That one's a little tight. There it goes. It's been in the package for 25 years, so look how tight those are. Nice. Look at that. So you can shine the spotlights on your little city, or if you're looking for someone, missing person, doing a water rescue in your town or something. That is so cool. I like that they added these that are actually yellow, because they could have just easily made them out of chrome or white or something, so it gives it a little burst of color there on the top. But this is a cool truck. I don't know. Does this come off? This might actually come off. I don't know. I don't want to break it. It's not riveted, so it probably does pop off, but I'm not going to risk it, especially while it's on video. I don't want to break it, because this looks great. And it's like mint. Man, that looks great. Okay, let's look at these. Yeah, see, these look a little bit better. The ink isn't as thick, so it didn't bubble up and crack as much. So even though these are basically the same year, this one has a little bit better tampos on it. But I like this as a truck. It's got the classic Matchbox suspension there, which is cool. Rolling in hot, coming in hot. Very cool. Those look great together too. Look at that. If they're doing a rescue. I'll kind of put it back here. Okay. This one, the fire truck. And I think this is I don't know if it's a Seagraves truck. Does it actually say on the bottom? But I just saw one of these on Marketplace, and I really wanted to buy it. Not that I even have money or room for a fire truck, but it's like a goal in life to own a fire truck. And these I really like because they're very low profile, because this is a real fire truck in real life. I will have to overlay a picture of it here because they just look awesome in real life. They look like almost like lowrider fire trucks. Like I really like them. So this is in 94. This is what, number 18. So I'll have to find number 3 because that's 1, 2, and 4. So I'm missing one of them somewhere. I didn't realize that. Whoop. All right, let's check this sucker out. It's got the same type of tampos. This has the 8-dot wheels that were very popular in the 80s. Like that was on so many cars I grew up with. The MR2, the IROC Camaro, they were just on a ton of different stuff, especially the Ford LTD police car. I know they were on. I like this. It's got the bright orange paint job to match the other two. It's got blue glass, so the lights are blue. If you don't have one of these, like this is one of the classic Matchbox fire trucks. I think that like every kid had in their toy box. I think this was one of them because I did have this one as a kid. I don't remember what color mine was. I would assume it was red, but I think I lost the ladder part that pulls out almost immediately because that's how kids be doing like that. It's just kind of, I was like, oh, lost it, left it somewhere. So you also have 2 moving parts here. You have it goes up, extends, and it twists around. So this used to be the standard. Oh, I wish we could get back to this. Even though I will say, I do believe some of the regular Matchbox might have the extending ladder. I might be mixing that up with the moving parts line, but I don't know. I know the moving parts line does, but they're not 99 cents. But look at the distance on that ladder. That is a tall ladder. It's got a little fuzzy or something on it. I don't know. Let's see which one extends. Oh no, this one extends much higher. So there you can see it's probably like several yards taller in real life, but in scale it's like probably like 3/4 of an inch or something. That's really cool. Look at that. And if you have like some kind of fireplace set or a fire station or something, especially if you're into British, because of that one. But these two could kind of slip in as American, but they go British together because they're all 3 of them. But that looks great. Like you definitely like do a fire rescue with all 3 of these. And especially if I'm missing one or several, you might be able to get a couple more and make like a whole squad. So I'll try to hunt down which ones I'm missing and buy the rest, because it'd be cool to have all of them matching like paint jobs and numbers as well. That would be pretty fun to have. All right, let's hit up the last 2. Thank you for sticking in there with me. I like doing these throwback ones. So, okay, this one we just unboxed as part of a 5, what was it? We just unboxed this not long ago, and they had covered up the Chevy logo, I believe. Oh, I forgot to go over this one. So this is in 93 as well, so there's not a ton of stuff to go over. Oh, look at that. It wanted to escape. So just a very clean looking, again, really nice release. There's no goofy tampos. It looks pretty realistic. It's got International Airport Authority on it, number 45, which is cool because you could use that on your Action Drivers Airport. You can use this on really any airport playset. And this is like, look at the plow on this. Really good looking plow. It's got a red plow, a red like dump / salt bed. It's got the black fog lights, and that one you can actually see the Chevy logo there, which is awesome. And I do like that they added the yellow windows, because then you get like a little yellow / amber light on the top, which is pretty cool. So this one, does this come back off? I want to say it does. I don't know. Again, I don't want to break it. I thought you could push this tab back and pull it back, but maybe not, because this isn't a dump bed, it's a salt bed, right? Because you can't actually like dump it past there. So you can kind of see like the feeder belt there, and then the salt sprayer out back, or spreader. But this is a great casting. This has withstood the test of time very well, because when you make a good casting that is just sculpted nice of just a regular release, like nothing crazy race car or custom car, it just holds up so well. So let's go see, let's see. Yeah, so this just says Highway Maintenance Truck 1990. Oh, look at that. It articulates too. Man, we are missing out on mainlines nowadays. Like, I wish all of ours had this. I don't think the last one I opened, I think it was just static. I don't think it moved at all, but that's so cool, because I used to have so much fun playing with these with my brothers. especially like when we were home during the summer and like driving our mom nuts, we will put flour all over our kitchen table and get like these kind of trucks and just like pretend it was snow because we grew up in Ohio with snow. So we would like plow the streets and we would drive, like we would slide out, have to get rescued, tow trucks out. It was just so much fun. Like I'm about to do that now, like in winter when I don't have anything to do and stuck inside and get the sucker out and put it to work. Super cool. Okay, all right, number 10, the Allied moving truck. This is the Volvo container truck. This is from 1999. 56 Ford pickup. I do believe that one is still in the line. Ford box fan is not. Chevy transport bus, maybe, I don't know. Some of those I don't think are, because I don't think this is in the main line, but that 56 Ford truck, I think still is. So this one I have in a few different variations because I have it in a Matchbox. It's like red with a yellow and then it has a hot rod on it. It looks so good in that. But this is cool. Look at that Volvo, really nicely. Like this to me reminds me of some of the older like 60s, 70s, like the original Lesney, is that how you say it? Matchbox castings, because they had just great sculpts with excellent, like the metal detailing. And this looks great. Volvo, the lights, it's got that nice Volvo grill. We flip it over, we can see this came out in 1981. It is a 1/90th scale. It just says Volvo. So the box is cool because it has a moving parts. Let's see if I can get this open. It's been in the package for 25 years. There we go. So it opens up like that so you can actually use it. And let's see if it works. Does this still pop off? Yes. And you can actually pop the whole container off so you can put it on a train, a boat, whatever, and you can use this as a flatbed. Again, these are hard to find mint loose because this always just is gone. So to check out the box, it does have a nice Allied sticker on it. It's not centered, which is kind of a bummer. It's a little better centered over here. There's a little bit of wear here where it wore against the either the card or the bubble, but it's a little worn. But other than that, that's basically as mint as you can get it unless you opened it up in 1994 or 99, whenever this was. I can't even remember now. My short-term memory is jacked. And just sat it on a shelf. And even then, it probably got chipped. Like, this is just so cool to have mint. Beautiful truck. I wish they would release this again, even if they had to do like rivet the plastic to the chassis. Like, think of all the cool stuff we could get today. Like, I 100% like Dr. Pepper, a Taco Bell, a Chipotle one, Walmart, you know, just like all the brands. They could do so much with these. And this does have like the classic Matchbox wheel on it as well. Boom, look at that. 10 throwback vehicles to add to my Action Driver Town or Motor City or really any era of town to play with. I'm so excited about the mail truck. That's a cool one. I really like the construction truck. Like these will definitely be able to add to my Action Driver Town. I'll kind of scoot them a little closer so you can see. But I really appreciate you sticking in there with me. I know we went over a lot. It kind of took forever, but I like diving into the detail of these because a lot of people don't get to see the vintage ones, especially mint straight out of the package and look at the package because these are really cool, especially like, look how awesome that is. So let me know which one of these is your favorite in the comments, or if you have any of these, or if you remember what the tail rotor is called, or that like part that extends, let me know too. But I really like these. I'm so glad to have these in my collection. I would definitely treasure these as part of my diecast city diorama edition. So yeah, let me know which one of these is your favorite in the comments. I really appreciate watching. This is Sam, 64 Wheels. Like and subscribe. As always, I will link some of the other unboxings that are related to this down in the comments if you want to check it out. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.